Mental Fox here with more Starfield. We're here in the basement of the Trackers Alliance headquarters. We're not doing any quest right now, really. We're just hanging out here and checking this place out. There's a lot of people down here. So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking to the people down here in the lounge, including this robot. But before we do that, there is a tablet here, I guess, called Regarding Volk. Let's take a look at this. Agent number 1 is dead, murdered by one of our own, Volk. His insubordination and cruel ways were called out by Agent number 1. He was reprimanded and took issue with it, violently exacting his grievances when number 1 was most vulnerable. He didn't go down without a fight, but we managed to subdue and capture him before he could escape with only minimal collateral damage to the cave. After following the late Agent number 1's will and naming a successor, myself, as the new Agent number 1, I called for Volk's execution by firing squad. Needless to say, every tracker volunteered, but we had to limit it to 20. From here on out, Volk's service will be stricken from the records. All accomplishments and acknowledgement will be wiped from databases, books, and other communications. If any of Volk's relatives or associates come asking about him, they will be told he died on a secretive bounty mission which we are not at liberty to discuss. Otherwise, I want to make it clear that I do not wish to hear his name uttered in my presence or within the walls of this or any future headquarters. Goodness. Oh, there's a mission board. We'll look at that in a bit. Hey, Coos.
Agent Coos, at your service.
Okay.
Keep it quick, and don't waste my free cycles.
Oh, an impatient robot. Coos, does that stand for something?
No, it is a pseudo-acronym meant to emphasize my station as hardware and software. My programmer thought it would be clever, but clearly it goes over most heads. Koios was a Greek Titan god, born of Uranus and Gaia. He was known as a Titan of knowledge and queries. But I wouldn't expect you to know that.
Well, what do you do here besides insult people?
Mostly stand around waiting for someone to interact with me. I am connected to the tracker database, so when a tracker either has or needs information about a certain target, they come to me. My directive is to assist trackers with any queries they have, and if desired, give advice based on the information we have compiled.
Oh, okay. They're nice talking to you, I guess.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Got a research lab here. Ammo case, well, it's mine now. Got a workbench.
Hey, Tank, how you doing there? Racking up a lot of bounties.
Not as much as you, bud. Still trying to get the hang of things. Plus, I still have to trade for my next Red Mile run. You know, in case I decide to go again.
You're really gonna keep doing that? Sounds like a waste to me.
Practice your skills and make some extra credits while you're at it. Hey, you should try it sometime. Unless you're afraid you can't hack it.
What? Me? Nah, I can do it with both arms tied behind my back if I wanted to.
Ha! Sure. How would you hit the button, dude?
With my head if I have to.
Okay, big man. That's something I'd pay to see.
Think about it.
We were just eavesdropping on a conversation from upstairs. Here is... Oh, stash.
But hanging around here is just as good.
So I think he sells, like, rare stuff.
How about that? We got a new tracker in the building. Name's Stash, and I'm more than just a pretty face. You ever need my help, you can step right over here to my little corner and we can talk shop. Whether it's for business or pleasure, that's up to you.
Okay, creep. Let's see here. Your name's Stash because you've got a stash of equipment. Kind of on the nose, isn't it? A tracker like you must have some great stories, huh? Can you tell me more about what you do here, or I'd like to exchange Astros for equipment? Your name's Stash because you've got a stash of equipment. Kind of on the nose, isn't it?
No, and yes. No, it's Stash, like my mustache. Yes, it's kind of on the nose, like my mustache. Well, under it, but you get the idea. But yeah, it does work out like that, doesn't it? You're not the first to suggest it, and I doubt you'll be the last. And before you ask, no, I didn't grow the stash because I got a stash of goods or vice versa. Sometimes nicknames just stick.
Okay. A tracker like you must have some great stories, huh?
Matter of fact, I do. But the most interesting ones aren't from my tracker field work. Instead, I'm gonna take you back in time to my youth. See, I was a scrappy little neon street rat. I tinkered, built homemade weapons and armor made out of scraps I came across. You can imagine who might buy that sort of thing. That's right. Gangbangers and other lowlives. I saw what they used these weapons for. But I had to make money. And it kept me safe from the gangs because they needed me.
Okay. Let's see. How'd you go from that to becoming a tracker? I was really hoping for more of a cool bounty hunting story. Gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Or sounds like a tough life. Glad you got away from it. Well, how'd you go from that to becoming a tracker?
Well, I never did care much for those gangs, the way they preyed on folks weaker than them. So, when I found out about the trackers, I decided on a career change. Turns out I wasn't much for following rules. They said I was a bit of a loose cannon. But they liked my equipment, so here I am, peddling wares for other trackers.
Okay. Loose cannon, how so?
Well, when you grow up on the neon streets, you learn to fly by the seat of your pants. That doesn't always jive with protocol, even by tracker standards. Too much collateral damage. Don't worry, no one died. But let's just say I may have temporarily increased the homeless population. Anyway, I like what I do now. I'm putting my technical skills to use in a way that Trackers Alliance appreciates.
Okay. Well, thanks for all that, but I was really hoping for more of a cool bounty hunting story.
Yep, me too. Sorry to disappoint, but my days as a tracker in the field were pretty limited. But, hey, as a consolation, I have plenty of great gear you can buy. And that's a better use to you than some old tall tale.
Well, could you tell me more about what you do here?
I tinker. I make, modify, and refurbish weapons and other equipment. For trackers only. But I don't do it for free, and I don't do it for credits either. I only take Astras. And you get whatever I give you. No questions, no special requests, no refunds.
Uh-huh. What are Astras?
I was hoping you'd ask. Back during the Narian War, there was some serious concern that the banks were going to fail. So some enterprising individuals took matters into their own hands and started minting their own currency, Astras, just in case the worst came to pass. Anyway, Astras are rare, but they're out there, still used in some black market circles since they're untraceable by any government.
Okay. Well, what kind of equipment do you have?
Guns, melee weapons, lethal, non-lethal, suits, you name it. All with my own modifications.
Okay. Let's see. Sounds good. I could work with that, or seems shady, but the others trust you, so I guess I do too. I don't know. I guess I could work with that.
Good. Then we're on the same page.
I guess I'd like to exchange Astros for equipment.
I got all sorts of equipment. Let's see those Astras.
Well, okay, so it's like a random thing then, huh? We just pay him an Astra, and we get a good piece of equipment. I'm gonna save up. rather save it for something best. Actually, I've got something else I wanted to ask you about.
No problem. Lay it on me.
I'm good.
Catch you around.
Yep, catch you around. Whoa, what are you doing? Don't be doing that. What the? That's crazy.
If you're here to convince me not to kill again, you're wasting your time, old man.
Now hold on, it ain't always about that. I just want to know where you got that new hardware I saw you walk in with earlier.
I got it from Stash. Traded that old currency he deals in for it.
I can confirm that.
Ain't that something? You give him junk money and he gives you high-quality gear.
I can confirm that too.
I have no qualms with this deal.
Of course, I don't get what he sees in the stuff. No one outside of him deals in it anymore.
You guys can hear me, right? It's like I said before, I'm collecting it because when it comes back into circulation, I'll have a huge supply of it.
Yeah, we hear ya. I just don't think any of us believe it'll make a comeback after 100 years. But hey, you do you, Stash.
Yeah, we'll see. Just because you don't know anyone who deals in it doesn't mean it's worthless. I know people.
Yes? Speak quickly.
Oh. Hey, Yama.
I have seen death. I have seen tragedy. I have seen more beg for their lives than I can count. But what I haven't seen is a fledgling tracker seemingly so willing and eager to speak with me so soon after joining. What knowledge do you hope to gain from our interaction?
Well, respectfully, I do not need to learn from you. I'd be pleased to receive any knowledge you are willing to impart. I've always wanted to know how they get the food to be perfect cubes at chunks. Or mostly I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Shadow. Ah, man, give me some knowledge.
Very well, then. Ask, and listen well. I am Yama. I borrow this name from the god of the dead, who judges the souls I usher to him.
Well, can you tell me about yourself?
There is not much I wish to divulge. Whatever you have heard about me is likely true. I do not bring back my targets alive. I aim for brutal efficiency. I do not work well with others. You must know, I do not feel the need to appease or delight anyone. I take jobs no one else wants, and I always get it done. That is my value.
Cool. So you're saying you never bring your targets in alive?
Correct. A criminal fugitive is already trying to run from justice. They will do it again, if given the chance. It is in their nature. Would you allow even a slim chance that they escape again? Even if they turn from their criminal path, would you deny their victims true justice?
Well, let's see. Under your belief, they would still face judgment at the end of their life. I'd rather bring them in alive so our secular justice system can do its job. You're right, a divine power would know best. Talk of gods aside, no justice is swifter or more final than death. Well, I mean, I'm going to go with this one. Under your belief, they would still face judgment at the end of their life.
That is true. And yet, the thought that they would go unjudged for so long would eat away at me. But I realize that may not be your belief, so I will not try to convince you any further.
Okay. You must have some interesting stories.
My stories are not for your amusement. But I will share one so that you may learn from my mistake. There was one time I decided to let a man live. He had a family, a wife, 3 children. He showed me a picture. They looked happy. He begged I let him live and spend the rest of his days incarcerated. So, at least he could see them occasionally and watch his children grow up from afar. He escaped from prison. He went home and murdered his entire family, and the family next door, and several others. By the time I found him again, he had killed himself, robbing me of the chance to pass him off to face his eternal judgment. Never again.
Oh, okay. We don't get to comment on that one. What kind of advice do you have for a new tracker?
I must warn you, my advice may not be palatable.
Oh. Okay, maybe I don't want to hear your advice after all. I once used a monster costume to scare away tourists. I can handle unconventional tactics. Can't promise I'll follow your advice, but I'd like to hear it, or I can handle it. I think I can handle it.
I hope those are not just words. I strongly insist that you consider heeding my advice. If you are given the choice between bringing your targets in alive or dead, always choose dead. Criminal fugitives must be brought to justice, and the only way to truly serve that justice is to end their lives so that they can be judged fairly in the afterlife.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, man. It was nice talking to you.
Reaper's grace be with you.
Reaper's grace, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, that was likely me.
Well, could you not? I'm tired of cleaning up after you. I mean, look at you now. Not a speck of blood on you. You clearly know how to clean up after yourself.
For you, I will try to be more careful, but I make no promises.
Fine. Well, maybe I don't make any promises to give you a clean glass to drink out of. How's that for you?
Oh, he has nothing to say to that.
Come to get some old school perspective?
Sure, Bloodhound.
Well, if it ain't, now what call sign did you take again?
Shadow. I prefer not to say. Your mom. Do I need to share it with you? I don't know. Yeah, I'll share it with you. It's Shadow.
Shadow? Now that's a name for someone who fancies the element of surprise. Well, I can see why you'd take that name. You got my seal of approval. Not that you need it. Name's Bloodhound. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Can you tell me about yourself, Bloodhound?
Sure. I don't mind sharing a little about myself, but, not too much. I'm no agent number 1, but I'm still a tracker. Been a tracker for over 30 years. Before that, I was what you might call a freebooter. I won't tell you what I did, but sure as hell wasn't above board. Well, suffice to say, that life can weigh on your soul. After a few close calls and some introspection, I came to the idea that I could do some good instead. Of course, it's hard to translate those kind of skills to the workforce, so here I am. Always saw to it to bring in my targets alive, in case they have any similar revelations.
I see. You really always bring your targets in alive? Isn't that hard?
Yep. Every single time. It ain't too hard when you've lived my life and seen the things I've seen. Folks deserve a second, third, even fourth chance. I'm living proof of that. Tell me, let's say someone puts a bounty on your head that you rightfully didn't deserve, or maybe you slipped up and had a bad day. You think it's right that they get to play executioner?
Let's see. Good point. I'd rather let the justice system decide. Sure, if I tried to evade the law, I deserve the consequences. Doesn't matter. Sounds like the decision would be out of my hands at that point. Or I imagine it's too situational to adhere strictly one way or the other. Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on the situation.
You see, that's what you call a slippery slope. You justify it once, you can justify it again. Sooner or later, you end up like old Yama over there, believing yourself some servant of the god of death or something, and thinking you're doing them poor souls a favor. Ain't no life for me. Anyway, you're gonna do you, and I won't judge. Don't come crying to me if you can't reckon with your own demons.
I see. You got any bounty hunting tips?
Sure. I'm a veritable wealth of information. Anything particular on your mind?
Let's see here. How do you deal with a target who gives you no chance but to kill him? What's the best way to take someone in alive? I don't know. Got any general tips? Or I think I'm good for now, actually. Well, I mean, how do you deal with a target who gives you no choice but to kill them?
Now that's a tough one. Depends on the situation. If you can't convince them with words, you may have to rough them up and put the fear of God in them. I suggest you learn as much as you can about human anatomy and physiology. It ain't pretty, but there are many things you can do to a body that ain't lethal, but may cause someone to wish they were.
Okay. Well, what's the best way to take someone in alive?
Personally, I prefer the diplomatic approach. Just because we're all certified badasses who could easily lay out the toughest spacer punk doesn't mean you're not human. If you ask me, words are a tracker's most effective tool. You'd be surprised how far a little sympathy can take you sometimes. Failing that, most targets are cowards. They don't want to die. Exploit that fact when you can.
Okay. You got any general tips for me?
Well, it ain't what I'd call hot tips, but they serve me well. Eat right, stay hydrated, exercise, just stay healthy. Don't hunt if you're sick. Last thing you want is an errant cough or sneeze to give you away when you're trying to use the element of surprise.
I see. Well, I think I'm good for now.
You got it, Chief.
Got any good stories?
Loads. But let me tell you just one. So, I'm down at some ass-backwards moon outpost out in the boonies. Got this old feller in my sights who's wanted for thieving from Ryujin and the other big corpos. Now, he don't know I ain't gonna shoot him, but he's itching to do something stupid. Then his kids come out. His grandkids form a circle around him. Turns out, he's stealing so they can all just have a life. I get it. So I let him go. Far as the corpos know, he's dead.
Well, isn't he still stealing from them? You were hired to do a job and you failed. Tough decision. I'm not sure what I'd do. I probably would have done the same. I mean, if he offered me a heap of credits, I would have let him go. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'd do.
I tell you, it ain't an easy job, no sir. Some will tell you to do it as written. Me, I like to sleep soundly.
Okay, nice talking to you, Bloodhound.
So long.
The guy shooting or aiming at him, cracking me up.
If you're here to convince me not to kill again, you're wasting your time, old man.
Now hold on, it ain't always about that.
So they're going to have this conversation again.
That new hardware I saw you walk in with earlier.
I got it from Stash.
Hey, Warden, what's up?
Pull up a seat. There's no judgment here.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that something? You give him junk money, and he gives you high-quality gear.
My eyes look so weird.
I can confirm that too.
Warden? Oh. Well, apparently we can't talk to Warden.
Have a cold drink. Unless you have somewhere better to be.
I could have a drink.
Well, you're a new face. Ain't every day we get fresh meat for the grinder. What do we call you, Tracker?
Let's see here. Call me Shadow. Should I be going around giving out my name like that? Or, nah, same old face I've always had. That's not what you meant, though, is it? Call me Shadow.
Always thought Shadow'd make a good stealthy tracker name. What can I get for you, Shadow? Oh, where are my manners? They call me Two-Shot, or even Touche for short. Used to be a tracker in the field like you. But I traded in gunslinging for slinging drinks. I sell drinks to wet your whistle and other provisions you may need out there. So what'll it be?
Where'd you get a name like Two-Shot?
Funny you ask. Most trackers choose their call signs. So did I. Used to be called Solar Flare, but enough people started calling me Two Shot that it stuck. When I was out there, it never took me more than 2 shots from my firearms to bag my target. Thought I would have given it up once I retired from tracking to have a kid. I pour such strong drinks that now they say it doesn't take any more than 2 shots to down a tracker. So, it's stuck. I'm just happy they decided to keep me on the payroll.
I see. So, working here, you must know a lot about the other trackers, right?
You know it, Sunshine. Who do you want to know about?
Well, what's the deal with that warden guy?
Oh, he isn't exactly the conversational type. Seems to enjoy the company of others, but not talking to them or interacting with anyone in any meaningful way. We just leave him alone and let him do his thing. He doesn't bother us, and we don't bother him. Other than that, I don't know much about him. Seems to be a good tracker, though.
I see. What can you tell me about Yama?
Other than his obsession with death, I don't know much about him. He doesn't exactly open up to others. Everyone says he must have seen or done some pretty terrible things. I don't have anything to go on but that. You know, it takes a lot to make me uncomfortable, and even though he's never done anyone here any harm, or even so much as let anyone down, he still gives me the creeps.
I see. Does Koyos count as a tracker?
I like to think of Coos more as equipment than anything else, but it's still vital to our operations. I don't know who programmed it to maintain and access our database over short-range wireless, but it's secure from what I can tell. I just wish the programmer's attitude didn't show through. I could do without the sass.
Stash, what about him?
He fancies himself a charmer, let me tell you. Could talk a heat leech out of an overworked engine compartment. Don't tell him I told you, but he's a bit of a tracker fanboy. Never could quite hack it himself, but that's why he's still here. I bet he could talk your ear off about tracker history and stuff. Lord knows my ears feel a little looser after talking with him.
What? What do you know about Tank?
He's a big teddy bear. Such a departure from the norm around here. Oh, I also know he's run the Red Mile under his tracker call sign, which may get him into trouble with someone someday, but it's his decision.
Okay. What's the deal with Roach?
He talks a big game, even has the skills and stats to back it up. But you probably also know as well as I do that he is fiercely competitive. You can either play into it or ignore it. He's not that bad once you get to know him. You ever wonder why he's called Roach, huh? It's because he seems to be unkillable. Not literally, of course, but he's managed to get himself out of some extremely sticky situations unscathed.
What's with Inevitable?
Oh, she's been doing this longer than anyone, I think. She's old, but don't count her out just yet. Rumor is she was next in line for Agent No One, but turned it down after the last one was killed. She even brought the killer to justice. Word is, she just liked fugitive recovery a lot more, or didn't want the responsibility. I lean more towards the latter. It makes more sense considering she's an agent now. Anyway, they used to say that the longer she bides her time, the more a fugitive has to fear.
I see. Can you tell me about Bloodhound?
Bloodhound's one of the old-timers. He's good people, but I hear that wasn't always the case. I can't say for sure, but based on some of the stories he used to tell, I think he was ex-Fleet. As in the Crimson Fleet. Quite a turn to go from an outlaw to someone who chases outlaws. But the skills transfer pretty well, I imagine.
What's the story with Agent Number 1?
There's no story there. That's kind of the point with any Agent No One. You gotta give up your identity completely when you become leader of the trackers. That job comes with a giant target on your back. So, the less people know, the better. Agent No One is like a closed book. If that book were also glued, clamped, chained, and buried underneath an active volcano on the most distant moon of the most distant planet of the furthest star system.
Okay, it's got a picture you paint there. You know, I don't want to hear about any of the other trackers right now.
Suit yourself.
Let's see what you've got behind that bar.
I may not run the finest bar in Aquila, but at least it ain't Eggy's.
Well, she's got some weapons, just some regular old crap that I'm not interested in. Ammo, it's always good to buy ammo, right? But I never remember what weapons I'm using. Let's see, I use the Lawgiver a lot that uses 50 caliber. So I could buy some 50 caliber if she's got it. She does. She doesn't have a lot of it, but I'll buy it. And then there's also this 50 whatever. I don't know if this is what I need also, but I'll buy it. What the heck? Why not? And then another weapon we use is the demoralizing pacifier that uses 15 by 25 CLL shells. And she does sell some. Quite a bit of it, actually. We'll buy all that. And I guess sometimes maybe I use this weapon, but not really. We'll buy some ammo for it anyway. 43 Ultra Mag. She doesn't have any 43 Ultra Mag. I don't think this is the same stuff. She sells a spacesuit, a Trackers Alliance spacesuit, makes sense. Trackers Alliance skip pack, Trackers Alliance space helmet. She does sell aid. We could buy med pack from her. Oh, okay. Buy or sell 25 unique items. Nice. We could buy a couple of trauma packs from her. Yeah, good stuff. She sells a resource, magnetic diodes. All right. Okay.
Yama, you track blood in all over my damn floor.
So she's going to say that again.
Yeah, that was like it.
You're really making
Well,
a name for yourself, I
Could you
see.
not?
Am I?
Tired of cleaning up after
Oh, it's just a notepad. I thought it was going to be something we could read.
now. Not a speck of blood on you. You could
Well, here's our choices as far as tracker stuff goes. Oh, hey, look, here's some cred sticks. You know, you might not want to leave stuff out when Shadow's around.
maybe I don't make any promises to give you a clean
Because Shadow's going to take your cred sticks. There is a board up here. Oh, it still has him on it. Oh, okay. Well, he made it sound like there were two boards. And I guess technically there are two boards. This one is showing up as closed. Okay, I don't think it is closed, but whatever. Anything else you want to say to me, Roach? Oh, I can't talk to Roach. There we go. Nope.
I'd wish you luck, but we both know it's more about skill.
There are always more bounties to collect. Leave no quarter. Show no mercy.
Leave no quarter, show no mercy.
I've danced this dance with death for long. If you know it like I do.
Okay. Cool spacesuits. How do I get my ship back? I don't want to fly around this junker anymore.
Oh,
What?
good. No one's driven you away yet.
Not yet. Quit aiming that at me, dude. What do you got? Freaking weirdo. Let's look at the bounty board. Let's see. Wanted Crimson Fleet Phantom. Okay, there's 3 of these over here. Wanted criminal on a Hyla VIII-d. Let's see here. Bounty location deserted research outpost. Bounty Spacer Savage. Bounty planet Hyla VIII-d. Bounty system Hyla. There's wanted criminal on Cayem 5A. Deserted research outpost. I wonder if these two deserted research. Oh, wait a minute now. What? Okay. No, this is actually an abandoned robotics factory on Cayem 5A. And then there's this guy, too. I mean, we could take one of these just to see what it's like. Sure, let's accept this mission. Okay, we took this mission. Set the mission as active. Let's see how this goes. We'll do a bounty since we're here. Anything good in the lockers? Some cola. Paste. I mean, they really shouldn't leave stuff lying around. I'm gonna just help myself to it. Alright, let's get out of here before Stash shoots someone. we've already looked in here. Who's this guy? Just a citizen. Just a regular old citizen. Let's take a look at our quest. Wanted criminal in Hyla VIII-d. That's it. Let's go back to our ship and we'll fly there. Why not? Let's try it out. See how it goes.
Any type of weapon combat tech won't make?
I don't know. Might want to ask them about that.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight time.
So, in order to get my ship back, I guess I gotta talk to this guy and switch back? Is that what I do? Where's the guy I talked to? Oh, he's not here. Or do I just go here? Ship. I have no intention of keeping this ship at all. It's garbage. Go back to the Razor Leaf. Well, I don't see any way to make this my home ship. I don't really want to register this thing. Why can't I set this as my home ship? Do I need to talk to a dude over here? That's not you, is it?
Watch it. Ships coming and going all the time. Welcome to Aquila City, I guess.
Okay, not that person. We talked to somebody over here. Hey.
Anything I can help you with? Need some work done?
I guess I want to view and modify my ships? I don't know.
Sure. How about it?
There we go. Make home. Why can't I do this from that other screen? Why'd I have to do it from here? I'm gonna make the Razor Leaf my home ship. It is now my home ship. And we got this Junker watch. Not even worth anything. I'm not even bother with it. Okay. Alright, now magically my ship will be over here, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know why I couldn't do that from that other screen. That just seems odd to me. Alright. I think we're going to need to drop some stuff off into cargo once we get on this ship. Hopefully all my cargo's still here. All the resources in those storage boxes. I mean, does the game keep track of that for us? It does. Okay, good. Pretty impressive, really. Transfer my inventory resources. Store all resources. Up, containers at max capacity. Transfer. Oh, I got this. Whoops. My inventory. Oh, I must have picked up the resources from this thing. That was smart. Store all resources. This container's at max capacity. Huh. Do I need to make a new container? I think I do, don't I? Oh no, this one hardly has anything in it. It looks like it put them in a different order, maybe? Because I thought this one on the bottom was full. Oh, okay. This one's at max capacity too. Great. All right. Wow. This one could store a little bit more. Well, come on. You could store something. I guess that's my mass down here? Oh, I guess it is my mass. But the storage crate is at 147. Okay, so it should be able to store a 3. Okay, I got you. Alright. Alright. This one's at 149. Yeah, these things are all full. And, I think that I tried to craft more of these things, but I need aluminum and I need structural, and I don't know if I have any more structural. Boy, oh boy. Storage crate. No structural. This one has aluminum. So I guess we have to play this game. No structural in here. Yeah, I don't think I have any more structural, man. I might have to go to a planet and land on it, and then, like, collect some stuff from plants, because I think sometimes you can get structural stuff from plants. No structural here. Something else that I can't figure out is sometimes when I open a storage crate, it takes me to the stuff that's in the storage crate, right? But sometimes I go here and it takes me to this screen instead of just straight to the resources screen. Why does it do that? It's pretty annoying. See, this one takes me right to what's in the crate. This one takes me to this screen. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Man, no structural. No structural in here. It's so much nicer when it takes me directly to the resources instead of this stupid screen that I have to click on. Yeah, sure enough, I do not have any structural. That's great. That is fantastic. Transfer. I got a ton of space here. I even have a bunch of resources on the razor leaf itself. Oh, we have structural right here. I'll take these. Okay, I should be able to build a container now. We'll just slap another one in here. I can't believe how fast these things fill up. That's not the right button to press. Decorate. And we go to decorations. We go to storage crate, I think. Yeah, one of these. And we'll put it on top of this one. Build. Okay, built it. Looks like I could build another one. Why not? Let's go ahead and build another one. We're always needing more of these things, right? Just set this one on top of here. Well, I don't really like how it's lined up. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright, why are you being so weird? Okay. Oh, I could build another one. Why not? Whoop, where'd it go? Just do this once and not worry about it for 15 minutes. Oh, we are missing resources. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, so we come over here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to go back here to our ship. I'm going to take all the resources from it. Razor leaf, resources. Take all resources.
I also wish to be prepared for any situation, but there are practical limits, no? Yes?
Trade gear.
Do you need me?
She's got some resources as well. Are coffee bags considered resources? I don't even know. Okay, thank you for your service.
Is that it then?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know why that's so hard for you to understand. Come back here, transfer, storage crate, inventory, resources, store all resources, and the container is at max capacity. That's okay. We've got another one right here. Transfer resources. Store all resources. Okay. There we go. Resource management complete. Pardon me. Transfer. Oh, I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I mean, this thing and this thing, I don't really know whether I want to keep those or not. The lawgiver, we've got the urban eagle, we've got the pacifier. And I'm still carrying so much stuff. What am I carrying that's so heavy? I guess these extra spacesuits, these extra packs, that'll do it. And these extra helmets. Which, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to keep that stuff or not, but for now, I guess I am. 83 digipix, that's awesome. Good thing they don't weigh anything, huh? And then notes. Whoops. Any of these weigh anything? Some of them do. But not much. And then throwables. These things pretty heavy. And I don't really use them all that often. So I'm going to just go ahead and store a lot of these for now. There, that's pretty good. Now I don't have to worry about weight for a while. All right. Let's sit in the pilot seat and take off and fly to this place that I already forget the name of. We'll do our first bounty mission.
Let's put this part into space. Achieving orbit now.
Okay, there is our mission. Hyla. Can we get there? We cannot. So it looks like... Oh, this is level 40. This could be tough. Let's see here. Set course. Jump. Oh, okay. That beats me. I don't know why I could jump from that screen, but not this screen. We may never know.
Well, you didn't put us into a planet, so we must be in the right place.
Okay. Here's Hyla VIII-d.
Hey, over here. Could you please spare a ship part? Our rookie here may have sideswiped an asteroid. Needs some repairs.
Great.
I had a good feeling about you. We just need
2
units of ship parts will do.
Do I even have 2 ship parts? Man, I'm sorry, I can't spare ship parts.
Oh no. What are we going to do now?
What are we gonna do now? What's this locking business? What's that? Did it just blow up? Did that ship just blow up? That ship blew up. Well, even better, now I get to loot it. Gosh. I know my character isn't the nicest of all people. He's not. He's very selfish with his stuff. Hey, I didn't know they were gonna blow up. How was I supposed to know that? I didn't know they were gonna blow up. If I had known that, would it have made a difference? I don't know. I don't know. My character's pretty despicable. Deserted research outpost. Let's land. Hey, I'm not proud of it. Just playing my character. He still has some growing to do. Ship parts are hard to come by, man. You know that. Alright. This is where this episode ends. Next time, we will exit the ship. We'll go over there to that abandoned research place or whatever it is, and confront the Spacer Savage. Thanks for joining me on this episode. I hope you had a good time. If you did, maybe let me know. Leave me a like or a comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.